causes for the a low temperature in that area where the cloud cover is more in the day. But in night, wherever the cloud cover will be more, in the night, the temperature of that area will be more because it may receive to the long wave terrestrial radiation, and that causes to the increase of temperature in that area. Am I audible to all of you? Yeah. So cloud cover is one of the important controlling factor of the temperature that raise the temperature in the night and that may cools down the temperature in the day. Then there is another factor that is also very important, that is the relief features. Relief features means the topographical or the physiographical constraints that comes into the way of the wind and that may cause to the raising or lowering of the temperature. Suppose we are living in the North Indian plain, but we are protected by the very cold waves by the Himalaya. Himalaya protects us. To all the community and all the population who are living in the Indo-Gangetic plain or the North Indian plain is protected by the Himalaya from the cold waves of the winter season. In the same latitudinal zone, the major part of the China is located, but it experiences the very cold temperature in the winter season. That's why the India-China relationship that is going a very tense relationship in modern days over the eastern Ladakh part of the India and between the India and China. It is imagined that during the winter season that the amount of the military forces and the number of military forces will be lowered down because the China and the part of China is not used to in that a very low temperature of the accommodations of their military forces in very low temperature and the cold waves. But the North Indian plain is protected by the Himalaya. In the same way, the relief features, apart from the relief features, we can also see the soil cover, the nature of soil and vegetation cover is the important factors that controls the distribution of temperature over the Earth's surface. How soil cover or the land cover or the soil is important in terms of the temperature distribution over the Earth. Soil may be either sandy or the alluvial or the black cotton, red, laterite, chernozem, chestnut. Apart from all the types of soil, the level of reflectivity is different of the each type of soil. If the soil is sandy at the desert area, you will feel that there is the greater warmth and the temperature is very high of the sandy soil of the desert and the areas where the oceanic beaches are located. It has the less water porosity, less water content, less moisture in the soil. Its weight is very low. Its color is very light. That's why it received different categories of the temperature and its reflection is more and its heating is more by the solar radiation. It heats more to the solar radiation because it has the loosened particles. They are not attached to each. But over the river bank, suppose you are at the sea beach and you are river bank, एक नदी के किनारे जहां पे मिट्टी जो है आपकी क्लेई है और एक सैंडी सॉइल है समंदर के किनारे, दोपहर में अगर चलना पड़े तो गर्म आपको कहां लगेगा? सैंडी सॉइल। ज्यादा जो है गर्मी कहां आपको लगेगी? चलना कहां मुश्किल हो जाएगा? सैंडी सॉइल। लेकिन अगर वही क्लेई सॉइल है, नदी के किनारे का जो मिट्टी है, दोमट मिट्टी या clay soil or the alluvial soil, it is comparatively cooler in compared to the sandy soil of the sea beaches. In the same way, natural vegetation and the covers, wherever the vegetation will be more, the temperature will be moderated. There is the relationship between the plant's canopy and the size. It provides the shade, as well as it also reflects the energy, as well as it also maintains the temperature because of the transpiration, evapotranspiration, that causes to the balancing and the moderating the temperature over the areas which are richer in terms of natural vegetation and it covers. In the same way, there are the other factors like the oceanic currents. That is very important. Oceanic currents means the sea channel or the sea stream or the oceanic streams that are flowing in the constant directions in the oceanic surfaces are called as oceanic current. It may be warm or it may be cold. And the wind which is flowing over the oceanic currents derive the characteristics from the surfaces air masses that is flowing over the specific oceanic currents, absorb the characteristics of the flowing oceanic currents, and it causes for the raising or lowering of the temperature in the surrounding area. Suppose the Gulf Stream or the North Atlantic Drift that is there in the in the Atlantic Oceans, North Atlantic Ocean, you can see that the European, Norway, Sweden, and the other coastal areas of the Europe, especially the northwestern Europe, has the much temperature because of the warm oceanic current that is flowing in that region. That is the North Atlantic Drift or the Gulf Stream that is converted into the North Atlantic Drift when it moves towards the coast of the European coast, that is the northwestern coast of the European continent, from Scandinavia towards the lowering towards the Norway, Sweden, and the other British islands. These oceanic current raise the temperature of these colder areas. Even in winter season, the coastal area is the important fishing activities zone during the winter season itself. IAS में ये सवाल पूछता है कि during the winter season, why the coast of Norway and others are still active in terms of commercial fishing, and in the same latitude the areas are frozen because of this warm oceanic current causes the increase of the temperature in that area. In the same latitudinal zone, you can see the Labrador current that flows in the eastern part of Canada. That is the cold oceanic current, and that causes for the lowering of the temperature, and that is the responsible factor for the variation of temperature in the coastal belt of the Canada and northeastern USA. That is the zone of the flow of the cold oceanic currents. So oceanic currents are another important factor that controls the temperature variation within the same latitude. You can see the Labrador current as well as the warm oceanic current like North Atlantic Drift and Gulf Stream are flowing, but the temperature varied because of the oceanic current and its influences in their areas of the flow where they flow in the as a stream, as a channel of the oceanic surfaces. One important thing यहाँ पे एक चीज मैं आपको competition के बुनियाद से बता दूं कि these are the important fishing ground wherever the warm and cold oceanic currents meets to each other. This area is the area where the fog is formed. एक बार सवाल पूछा था कि what happens when the warm oceanic current and cold oceanic currents meets to each other. There are the certain things that happen. Fog will be formed. The inversion of temperature will be caused, and that will be the important zone of fishing, because the seaweeds and the phytoplanktons will be more, and that is the food for the smaller and larger fishes of that area. That's why these are the important fishing ground of the world, wherever the warm oceanic currents and the cold oceanic currents meets to each other. In the same thing happened in the Japan coast also. Kuroshio is the warm oceanic current that is there in Hokkaido and lower part of the peninsula. It moves. Oyoshio is the cold oceanic currents. Oyoshio and the Kuroshio oceanic currents meet to each other, and they causes for the variation of temperature, fog formation, and important fishing grounds of the world. In the same way, oceanic currents influences the eastern part of Australia, where the Humboldt current or the East Australian current moves, and that causes for the desert formation. In most part of the desert, their eastern coast experiences to the cold oceanic currents and its movement, and that causes for the temperature variation over the continent and become the one of the important reason for the genesis of the desert, hot desert of the world. Then we have to also examine about the nature of the inclinations and the nature of the ground slope. In the previous class, I have told that in northern hemisphere, the southern coast of the Himalaya or the Alps mountain, alpine mountains, are the zone of habitation, natural vegetation, and settlement. The northern part of the northern shore and the northern slope of the Himalaya that belongs to Tibet, Trans-Himalaya, and the Central Asia are not much suitable for the habitations, because the solar radiations are more received in the southern coast, southern slope, rather than the northern slope. But in southern hemisphere, reverse happen. In southern hemisphere, the northern slope of the topography or the Himalaya is more habitable in compared to the southern slope. That is also asked in the examinations. Next topic which I have to discuss is thermal inversion and inversion of temperature. That is one of the most important topic. And before the thermal inversion or the temperature inversion or negative lapse rate, I have to discuss about a little bit a vertical distribution of temperature in the atmosphere. We were talking about the horizontal distribution, and now we are going to focus upon the vertical distribution of temperature. In all the previous classes, I have discussed that the temperature decreases with the height, and that is called as normal lapse rate. Temperature decreases with the height, that is called as normal lapse rate or the environmental lapse rate. This decrease of the temperature with the altitude is because of the nature of atmosphere. We know that the atmosphere normally or in general heated by the outgoing terrestrial radiation rather than the incoming solar radiation. That is one reason that the temperature decrease with the height. If we move at the upper location, normally the temperature will be decreased. The density of the air or the atmospheric pressure will be more near the Earth's surface in compared to the upper air, where there is a thin air is located. Third reason for the decrease of temperature with the height is the atmospheric molecules like the gases, water vapor, suspended materials are more near the Earth's surface in compared to the upper air. And that's why they receive the heat energy and causes for the raising of temperature of the lower atmosphere located in the troposphere. But this decrease of temperature is limited only in the troposphere. We know that the atmospheric layer is arranged in terms of troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, that is classified in terms of ionosphere and exosphere. The decrease of temperature with the altitude is limited only to the troposphere only. And that is changeable. The normal lapse rate is not constant. It may changes with the season. In summer season, the rate may be differ with reason to the winter season. And it also differs from the areas of tropopause of the equator to the tropopause of the polar region. Generally, temperature increases from equator towards the pole. At tropopause, if we move from equator towards the polar region, the temperature over the tropopause, that is the boundary of troposphere, will be increases towards the pole. And the reason for that is the height of the tropopause is lower at the polar region, and it decreases from the equator towards the pole. ट्रोपोपॉज की हाइट क्या हो रही है? इक्वेटर से अगर हम जाएं पोल की ओर तो ये कम होता चला जाता है. इक्वेटर पे इसकी अगर हाइट 17 किलोमीटर है तो 45 डिग्री नॉर्थ लैटिट्यूड पे इसकी हाइट जो है 12 या 15 किलोमीटर हो सकता है. उसके बाद इसका हाइट 8 to 10 किलोमीटर हो सकता है नॉर्थ पोल पे. चूंकि ट्रोपोपॉज पे हाइट कम है इसलिए वहां पे टेम्परेचर ज्यादा होगा इन कंपेयर टू द ट्रोपोपॉज ऑफ द इक्वेटोरियल पार्ट जहां पे इसकी हाइट 18 किलोमीटर, बिकॉज द टेम्परेचर डिक्रीजेज with the rate of 1 degree Celsius per 165 meter or 6.5 degrees Celsius per 1000 meter. Temperature increases in the stratosphere where it may reach at the 0 degree Celsius at the 50 kilometer of the height. It may further increase, the temperature further increases from tropopause towards the maximum height of the 50 kilometer where the ozone concentration is located. The ozone and its concentration at 50 to 40 kilometer of the height is the responsible factor for the increase of temperature in the stratosphere. Later on in the mesosphere, temperature further decreases. It becomes minus 80 at the 80 kilometer of the height. Then it further increases in the ionosphere and the exosphere. That's why the temperature varies within the tropical, within the vertical zone and the vertical layers of the atmosphere. Yes, Atik, you want to ask something? No, the fluctuation is generally for the troposphere, but the height of stratosphere, actually, whatever the height or temperature or the variations that is studied for the vertical strata or the vertical layers of the Earth atmosphere, it is in general statement. It is the general pictures of the atmosphere. It is not so easy as I told. There are the satellite imageries, rocket studies, radar observations, and other technical means through which we data is set, and that may vary. Even the height of stratosphere is, some scholars have the different opinion about the height of stratosphere. some may call as the 30 kilometer only, some may extend it 50 kilometer only. But whatever I am telling you, that is the general average pictures of the atmospheric layer. Nobody can claim, and no climatologist or meteorologist can claim that they are right in terms. It varies because of the variations of the nature of atmosphere, its thermodynamic characteristics of the atmospheric layer. Okay, so these are the general pictures which I am telling about. Okay, in terms of the thermal inversion, let us discuss about the new topic that is known as inversion of temperature or the thermal inversion. Yes, Atik, you want to ask more? Yeah, yeah, in winter season, in January. Yeah. Yes, yes. Because the in northern hemisphere, there is the duration of sunshine is more in the winter summer season. That's why temperature making that troposphere in its height is determined on the basis of the temperature variations and temperature characteristics. In summer season, the duration of sunshine is more insolation is recorded, the temperature is more, and in terms of vertical division, we receive the much amount of energy in compared to the winters. That's why at the same height in July, the temperature is lower, temperature is more. In the same height in winter, the temperature is low because of the amount of insolation, less amount of heat is received in that area. That is the seasonal variations according to the duration of sunshine and length of the seasons. We determine. Okay. Yeah. Please ask. During summer solstice and winter solstice. Yeah. Yes. In the during the summer solstice of the northern hemisphere, that is the 22nd June, I think. Sun is vertical over the Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degree north latitude. And that's why in that areas, in that region, the summer is the length of the day is somehow equal in that latitude and near that latitudes. But in equator, the length of the day slightly varies. However, at equator, the solar radiations or the solar rays are generally vertical in the whole part of the year. In the in the opposite directions, the southern hemisphere, the length of the day is surely it is lower because it is the winter season of the southern hemisphere. When there is a summer season in the northern hemisphere, winter will be more and the length of the night will be more. And at 23.5 degrees south latitude, there will be uh, the very low durations of the sunshine. That will be the shortest day, I think. Yeah, for that particular latitude and near that latitude of 23.5 degree south, that is Tropic of Capricorn. Yeah, any other question? Okay, so should we focus upon the next topic, that is thermal inversion or the inversion of temperature? Okay, inversion of temperature or the thermal inversion is one of the important phenomena of the atmosphere. And generally, it happens in a very peculiar circumstances. It is not the normal phenomena. It is not the general phenomena, but it is conditional phenomena. So normal thermal inversion or the inversion of temperature is generally called as the situation when the temperature increases with the height rather than decrease. Normally what happens in the atmosphere? Normally temperature decreases with the height at the rate of 1 degree Celsius per 165 meter or 6.5 degrees Celsius per 1000 meter. That is the rate of decrease of temperature with the height. But when the reverse is happened, opposite is happened, apart from the decreasing of the temperature with the height, temperature is start increasing with the height. It means that there is the warm air above and cold air below. Normally what happens is that agar temperature decrease hota hai height se, there will be the cold air above and the warm air below when the temperature will decrease. But if the reverse is happened, there is the warm air above and the cold air below. That is called as the increase of the temperature with the altitude. This condition is called as negative lapse rate or thermal inversion or inversion of temperature. So these three terms are similar. Negative lapse rate, thermal inversion और inversion of temperature. ये तीनों एक ही चीज को कहते हैं. इसमें होता क्या है? इसमें होता यह है कि तापमान ऊंचाई पे उठते वक्त या हाइट के साथ तापमान बढ़ने लगता है, इंक्रीज होता है. लेकिन अक्सर हमने क्या देखा है, नॉर्मल लैप्स रेट में तापमान कम हो रहा है. लेकिन अगर किसी सिचुएशन में अगर हाइट के साथ, एल्टीट्यूड के साथ तापमान ज्यादा होने लगे, बढ़ने लगे, तो इस तरह के कंडीशन को हम इन्वर्जन ऑफ टेम्परेचर और थर्मल इन्वर्जन कहते हैं. इन्वर्जन ऑफ टेम्परेचर कई तरह से हो सकता है. कई तरह से इन्वर्जन आपके जो है एटमॉस्फेयर में रिकॉर्ड किया जाता है. या तो ये ग्राउंड सरफेस पे हो सकता है, या अपर एयर पे हो सकता है, अपर ट्रोपोस्फेरिक लेयर पे या अपर एयर पे एक ऊंचाई वाले हाइट पे हो सकता है, या ग्राउंड के पास में भी हो सकता है. कभी कभी ये स्टैटिक एयर में होता है, कभी कभी विंड के मूवमेंट से ये हो सकता है, कभी कभी ऊंचाई से नीचे हवा डिसेंड होती है उसके वजह से भी हो सकता है, कभी वर्टिकल एयर मूवमेंट से भी हो सकता है इन्वर्जन ऑफ टेम्परेचर. बट इन जनरल we classify the thermal inversion into the certain types. Largely, we classified into the three types of thermal inversion on the basis of the wind movement, on the basis of the location of the thermal inversion happenings. First is non-advectional type of thermal inversion. Advection means होता है wind movement. ऐसे thermal inversion जिसमें विंड का मूवमेंट के वजह से थर्मल इन्वर्जन हो, बल्कि उसका कारण कोई दूसरा हो, उसको हम नॉन एडवेक्शनल टाइप ऑफ थर्मल इन्वर्जन कहते हैं. नॉन एडवेक्शनल टाइप ऑफ थर्मल इन्वर्जन is that type of thermal inversion which occurs without the movement of the wind. There is another type of thermal inversion that is called as advectional thermal inversion. Advectional thermal inversion causes because of the movement of the wind, that increase of the temperature is happening because of the movement of wind, that will be called as advectional thermal inversion. Increase of the temperature with the height is happening without the wind movement, that will be called as non-advectional thermal inversion. There is another type of thermal inversion that is called as mechanical thermal inversion. Mechanical thermal inversion means, suppose if the wind is somehow moving in a descending order, that is moving in the subsidence way. If there is a certain convectional mechanism or the rising air is happening. And because of the either descending or the ascending air movement, if the thermal inversion is causes or the increase of temperature with the increasing height is happening, then we can say that it is the mechanical inversion. तो इन्वर्जन कितने तरह से हैं? तीन तरह के लार्जली हमने बताया. कौन कौन? नॉन एडवेक्शनल टाइप ऑफ थर्मल इन्वर्जन. इसमें क्या होता है? इसमें हाइट के साथ तापमान तो बढ़ रहा है, लेकिन इसका कारण विंड का मूवमेंट के वजह से नहीं है. दूसरा, एडवेक्शनल टाइप ऑफ थर्मल इन्वर्जन. That type of thermal inversion or the increase of the temperature with the height, that is because of the wind movement and advectional formation, that is called as advectional thermal inversion. And lastly, there is the mechanical thermal inversion that occurs because of the mechanical movement of air, vertical or the subsidence or the rising of air is called as the mechanical inversion. Yes. Atik, please ask. It is one of the important words. I will, I will classify. This was the larger classification. There will be the in non-advectional type of thermal inversion, जहाँ की movement से नहीं हो रहा है. हवा के movement advectional means horizontal movement of vertical or the movement subsidence or the descending of the air or the increasing or the rising of the air is not called as the advectional movement. That is the vertical movement of air. That is the mechanical causes. That non-advectional type of inversion is further classified in terms of the ground or the surface inversion, upper air inversion. Then further the advectional type of inversion is further classified in terms of frontal or the cyclonic type of thermal inversion, the valley inversion that you are talking about due to vertical movement. Then the surface inversion because of the horizontal air movement. And third one is the mechanical inversion is further classified in terms of either subsidence due to descending of air or because of the convectional mechanism thermal inversion है. तो next class में हम थर्मल इन्वर्जन के जो टाइप्स हैं उसका एक एक कैटेगरीज को हम लोग डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे. आप लोग प्लीज रिवाइज करके आइएगा. आई रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल दैट प्लीज गो थ्रू अबाउट द कंसेप्ट ऑफ थर्मल इन्वर्जन और inversion of temperature or negative lapse rate. Thank you so much for the listening the lecture. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah. Yeah. After returning of the temperate cycle. Sorry? You will learn it in upcoming sections. I have deliberately not mentioned about that. Know that when the cyclone is coming, the temperature is during the stationary front is formed. In the temperate cyclone formations, front is formed. And when the front will be formed, then the encroachment of first the warm front enters into the colder areas, and that causes for the raising of temperature. In any type of temperate cyclone formation, first the warm the warm front enters drastically, and that causes for the raising of temperature to that area. Later on, the warm and cold fronts moves in a very elliptical motion, circular motions, and that causes for the frontogenesis, and later on cyclone is being developed in that circular motions, and each cyclone is larger area, each has the other subsystem also. Warm front zone, cold front zone, and when the cold fronts lastly enters into that area, temperature will be slightly lower down. We will discuss in a very detail. That is very interesting topic, and please take the interest. All I request all the students, please take interest. Please go through the test. It's very interesting topic and relevant for your competition also and your upcoming exams and the career also. अगर आप meteorologist बन गए तो कैसे जो है वेदर को और क्लाइमेट को समझोगे. तो इसलिए मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं सारे स्टूडेंट से कि आप लोग पढ़ना शुरू कर दीजिए. आपका एग्जाम भी आ रहा है, मंडे को आपका है, और फर्स्ट यूनिट से बहुत डिटेल में हो सकता है सवाल भी पूछे जाए. तो प्लीज गो थ्रू द and videos that is shared by all of us. Thank you so much.